Sea Monsters here. A little while ago I had somebody respond to, I think it was my SOG Tomcat and Fat Cat video. And they asked about EDC blades. And I've got a lot of different knives I enjoy. One of the SOG knives that I enjoy most as everyday carry is called the Visionary 1. I've carried the Flash series and the Aegis and even the Trident, and while I like them, matter of fact, I like all of them fine, they really don't do that much for me, whereas the Visionary 1 is a nicer knife. Now, you're going to spend quite a bit more for the Visionary 1 than you will the others, and generally about 40 bucks more. The Visionary 1, shown right here, it's got a 3-inch blade, 4-inch handle. It's out of Zytel. It is checkered. See if I can get this to focus. I can. It's not going to. It is checkered and feels very similar to G10. So it's not real slippery. It actually grips pretty well. The Zytel's lightweight. The knife weighs, according to the SOG website, 3 ounces. It feels like a heavy 3 ounces. It does have full steel liners. They're not skeletonized. You can kind of see it there. There's the blade. It's kind of a thin blade. It is a hollow grind. They are black coated. You can see some wear on mine. I've had this for a long time and I've used it a lot. You can see the pocket clip is low ride, which I like, not so much because it keeps people from knowing that I have a knife on me, but because it keeps the knife safely in my pocket. I've had other clip designs such as the Spyderco, which I like, but I've actually lost a Delica. Fortunately, it was at a restaurant, and when I realized where I'd lost it, I went back and they were able to find it for me. The SOG knives that have this super deep carry pocket clip, I've never lost. I've never had one come out of my pocket. The other nice thing about the Visionary series is that they feature the arc lock, and that's this right here. It works very similar in concept to the Axis lock from Benchmade. It was tested and rated at 1,000 pounds, which to me seems super extreme. Knife does have a slight recurve. It's got kind of a needle point, which I find very useful for getting into precision work. The spine of the blade is jimped, as you can see there, and it really bites in between that front finger choil right down here and the thumb ramp. It provides an excellent, this knife really just sits in the hand. And of course, with the arc lock, you know, it locks, keeps you safe, super easy to deploy, fast and smooth. In fact, I'd say it's a little smoother than the Axis lock, which I love. I know some people don't like it, but I consider it to be one of the best mechanisms out there. Now, the Visionary 1 implies, of course, there is a Visionary 2, and in fact, there is. It is a much bigger knife. Basically, the materials are all the same. It is a 3 3/4 inch blade instead of a 3-inch blade. A much longer handle. I don't remember how long the knife is overall, but so long, in fact, that I'm having trouble getting it all in frame. It's a fairly big knife. I really like it. It's a little heavy. I didn't check the weight on it. You can see the steel liners right there. I didn't check the weight on it, but I know that it's really heavy. It feels awesome in the hand. A little thicker blade, but basically same shape. Steel used on the Visionary 2 and Visionary 1 is VG10. The knives are built in Seiki City, Japan. Great quality. I will say that the stop pin where the blade hits is a little too thin. I've never had one fail, and They work great, but it's a little on the thin side. And the Visionary 1's stop pin is pretty small too. It's slightly smaller, but never had it fail. One of the things I do like about the Visionary series is whether it's the 2, which is the large one, or this one, they're very quiet. I mean, I'll open it and close it and you can listen to it. It doesn't make hardly any noise. Do the same thing with the big one. Give you a little view there of the big one next to the little one. You can see how much larger it is. Now, I do like the small one enough that I actually have 2. Sometimes I'll do that with a knife that I like. This is a little newer, and so the finish is a little different, but in all other aspects it's the same knife. Now, part of when I say the finish is a little different, you probably won't be able to see it on camera. The older one, the finish on the pocket clip is a little shinier than on the new. I don't know how well my camera's going to show that. You can see it there. A little more matte, so I do like the finish on the newer one than this one. And you will see that the Visionary 2, the big one, is a newer one as well. It has same kind of matte finish. All in all, these are excellent EDC knives. They are a little stronger than something like the Flash series or the Aegis. Super easy to maintain. One of the other things I'll notice before finishing this up, see it's got a lanyard hole there? Right there. Now, take a good look at the lanyard hole on the 2. This is a Visionary 2 right here. It's partially obstructed by the pocket clip. You can see this a little easier on the other side. Technically, they're both a little obstructed, but the Visionary 2 is a lot more obstructed. They generally are open knives with just a little Zytel backspacer, and so they clean out really well. This, as I recall, the Visionary 1 sells for right around 85 bucks. So it's not cheap, but it is one of the better built knives out there. For having VG10 steel and a Zytel handle, it is overpriced, I will tell you that. The bigger one, the Visionary 2, I think that's like 110 roughly. It's quite a bit more, and these are a lot less common. It is fairly heavy. I can carry this all day and it doesn't bug me, but I'm kind of that way. Smaller guys I know, or guys that carry a lot every day, are probably going to find the weight of both knives a little more than they typically like. Anyway, great knives. I hope this was somewhat informative for you. I don't make a lot of videos, so this is kind of ad hoc, but I hope you enjoyed it. Give these a try, particularly this little guy right here. I think you'd be pretty pleased. VG10's easy to sharpen and maintain, but yet it's pretty durable, and the materials used in this knife hold up really well. You can see finish coming off the pocket clip, but that's after a whole lot of carry. So there you go, SOG's Visionary 1 and 2 knives. Give them a try. Take care.